I'm Bobby Fishkin. I co-founded Crowd Doing as co-founder of Reframe It, and Crowd Doing is a joint initiative with Match for Action Foundation and Reframe It. Crowd Doing has included virtual volunteers from around the world to collaborate on systems change problems that can better be addressed in collaboration than isolation. Zero subsidy affordable housing is our joint initiative between Crowd Doing and critical leadership from Moulton. And what we've worked on is that because there is a challenge in housing access, housing diversification, and housing liquidity, which creates overboarding, homelessness, and supercommuting problems. And so what we want to do is let people be able to buy the percentage of their house that they can afford and still be economically resilient and solvent.
Zero subsidy affordable housing was created because we wanted to give families with moderate incomes more access to the appreciation value of single-family home ownership in areas where home appreciation is somewhere between 5 and 10% a year, given specific conditions. High density urban areas with geographic or water boundaries, more job creation than housing creation.
The target locations for zero subsidy affordable housing, at least for initial phases, is Bay Area, Seattle, and New York.
We're targeting this at so-called workforce housing. It could be individuals who are at risk of homelessness, families at risk of homelessness, and families at risk of supercommuting. That could include people in regions with significant housing access gaps, even into the middle class, not just the working class. So effectively, if we think about this partially as preventing homelessness and partially for a climate change perspective and community resilience perspective of preventing supercommuting, we think both are targetable markets.
We're still looking for different kinds of clients. One who's interested in investing in the fund and one who's looking to co-buy with the fund.
The core is that anyone could buy a half a home or a quarter of a home and still own, for the long term, access to the home and can economically afford to sustainably live based on a quarter home or a half a home. That could allow us to go upstream on an order of magnitude basis. If it were to reach full scale, it could prevent as much as half of family homelessness in Bay Area context, for example. But in order to do that, we need to apply some of what's been learned over decades from Stanford buying half of each professor home and the professors only having to buy a half a home to a much more diverse population.